All right, guys, we are here with the team at Gyeon, and we're gonna get the car dialed in. The E92 M3 giveaway is gonna be live when you're watching this video. And in this video, we're gonna meet with Reed. You guys seen him on Instagram, you guys seen him on some videos. But Reed, what is your take for your initial reaction of the E92 M3?
It's actually a little bit better than I thought it was gonna be. Definitely the paint could use some love, and that's why we're here. There's just a little bit of water spotting that looks like it's kind of etched into there, a little bit of oxidation and stuff, but as far as like the actual paint correction it needs, it needs correction, but it's okay. It's at a pretty good starting point, but I think the final results that we'll be able to get out of this are pretty significant.
And the funny thing is, I was talking to Blair, who's holding the camera. I was like, hey, Blair, do you want me to wash the car before you guys come here? And he goes, no, leave it dirty, because I literally, the last time I drove this, was getting all these modifications on, right? We're going through multiple stages of modifications. If you guys haven't seen the previous videos, we just amplified the exterior of the car with all the carbon fiber, the new wheels. We have so much more to come, and it's a time crunch right now because we're about how many weeks away from the invasion of Orlando?
2-3.
2-3 weeks, yeah. So it's crunch time on me and also crunch time on the team at Gyeon. You guys just flew from Colorado, right?
Yep, flew from Denver last night, and this is why we're here.
It's a good change of pace, right, with the warm weather. When I first seen it, right, because Corey was like, yeah, the car's in good condition, but to see it in person and to not see it just in photos, but like the interior, like, it's really good condition. A lot of these interiors, they end up aging from the previous owner where they don't take care of it, condition it. But you can tell the previous owner definitely took care of it. But it's gonna be better though.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's in a great point right now, but when we're done, it's gonna be pretty much brand new.
And I gotta thank Reed and Blair's boss for allowing them to fly to sunny Florida to deal with the less cold in Colorado.
Yeah, and, I mean, a week ago it was like 0 degrees, so
yeah,
this feels great.
I'm a fellow New Yorker and I can't deal with that anymore, but other than that, enjoy the cinematic B-roll. We're gonna get a lot of good insight from the professionals here, so stay tuned, guys. All right, Reed, one of the most important steps about doing any polishing, any ceramic coating is the prep, right?
Absolutely. Prep, and the first step of that is going to be just a basic wash of the car. For that, Q2 M Bathe, which is going to be our basic shampoo. Really slick, really frothy. Just a standard wash with that. And then while the car is still wet, follow that up with the decontamination step, which we're going to use iron as well. That's going to be a form of chemical decontamination. But then we're also going to do a clay bar on the car with clay lube, just to make sure that anything that's really stuck in that paint will be removed. And
sounds good. And this is Blair. Mike's not on you, but thanks for coming out.
Absolutely, thanks for having me.
No problem. And he's gonna be doing majority of the work, and we're gonna make you look good on camera. All right, so the E92 M3, you're gonna see, guys, in the next series of videos, it's gonna go through a lot of changes, right? From the paint, right, to be coated, and also some performance mods, and also some more aesthetic mods. This car is gonna be a really sorted out M3 for the new owner, right? So again, if you guys are looking to get into the giveaway, for every $5 you guys spend on our merchandise gets you 1 entry into winning that car. Also too, I definitely want to mention about Simply Carbon Fiber. They just sent me over these pair of shades. And again, they've been a big sponsor of the channel. These shades are made of carbon fiber, as you can see right now. For me, when you're a car enthusiast, you can never have too much carbon fiber, especially when it comes to your accessories, where it's phone cases, money clips, and even sunglasses. So I definitely want to thank Sergio and the team over at Simply Carbon Fiber for sending these out. These look absolutely incredible. Again, they have so many products that are carbon fiber related on their website. If you're looking for a gift for yourself or your significant other, definitely check them out. I'll leave the link down in the description. Other than that, let's jump back into the video, see how this car is gonna change. And again, the guys at Gyeon did an incredible job of how this car looks, because the paint definitely needed some love. So again, jump back into the video and see how it goes. Reed. So obviously we saw Blair spray this product on the car, right?
Yep.
It's a product that we are very known to know what that smell is.
Yes, it's pungent. We are coming out with a version that smells much better. But yeah, so this is iron. This is the chemical decontamination step. And you can see a little bit of purpling in here. And that's actually a chemical reaction to the ferrous deposits that are stuck in the clear coat. And you can see it especially on this back bumper. A lot of exhaust soot comes up here, and that also causes this. But
yeah, it is catless.
The back portion of a car tends to be one of the most dirty spots. So if it doesn't get properly cleaned or decontaminated regularly, this happens. And this is it's essentially a chemical version of a clay bar.
And it's a step that you definitely want to do, especially if you're taking the extra step to polish the car.
Yes.
Because the idea is, why polish the car, go through hours of hard work and skip a couple steps, right?
Right. Well, also a thing is, if you're polishing and some of these metal gets caught in the pad when you're polishing, you're not going to get the results that you want. It's just going to keep getting in the pad and scratching it. And this is a super important step when you're doing a paint correction, also just applying a ceramic coating in general.
I think a lot of the iron deposits is coming from the catless setup, and also road grime of how many years that this car hasn't been fully done.
Brake dust too that comes back here. I mean, it's everywhere on a car. Also, if a car is delivered by train, like, you'll get rail dust from actually like the train's wheels, like friction of that deteriorating and going up on the car. So there's a bunch of factors.
This is definitely not the last step, because this is probably the second step. There's probably more a physical decontamination that we're going to do shortly, right? All right, Blair's been working hard. So if his boss is watching this, Blair's been working hard. He's been doing his damn thing. So. All right, Reed, so as we see, and this is something that I use a lot, it's a 2-bucket method.
Yep. You use multiple buckets in order to wash, just as your standard mitt on the car wash. And you have 2 buckets. One that mitt's currently in is going to be where your shampoo's in there. So that's going to be the one that adds the shampoo and the cleaners to the mitt. And you go ahead and take that mitt onto the car, wipe a certain section of the car. You don't want to do the whole thing in one time. And then as you go over, you probably flip the mitt after a certain point so that you're not just spreading the dirt and everything onto another part of the car. And after that part of the mitt, after the mitt is fully saturated with all that contamination and the film you're removing off, you actually go back to the other bucket, and that is the rinse bucket. And you go ahead and work that mitt in your hands in the bucket, and all that dirt and everything that you pulled off the car falls into that water. And you've probably seen the grit guards at the bottom of the stuff, so all the rocks and stuff can fall to the bottom. And what that does is prevent any of that, really, the gritty stuff, the solids, from coming back onto the car next time you're washing it.
And a lot of people, if you're worried about, hey, why are you washing in direct sunlight? It's fine, because we are using the filtration system. So throughout this whole day, Blair's been washing the car with the CR spotless. That's going to prevent any water spotting, anything that's going to damage the paint or leave any more work for Blair to do. So we're taking note of that. I know ideally you wouldn't want to wash in the direct sunlight.
Ideally, but it's possible. And another part is panel temps.
Yeah.
If you can keep the car wet and keep those temps down, it's going to be longer before that stuff evaporates on the surface. So the filtration obviously is super nice to have in a garage setup. You're fortunate for having that setup, but you just want to make sure that ideally it doesn't dry on the surface. And sometimes it's hard, but it also does help being in Florida, where it's a little bit more humid, so you have more time, whereas in Denver, you got to be quick, because it's a desert, so it's drying so fast.
It happens.
Yep.
But other than that, again, this is more of a process of taking you guys, as the professionals here, guide us through making this car look absolutely incredible for the show day. So it kind of looks like Reed's using Play-Doh, but it's really not. This is the
adult Play-Doh.
Adult Play-Doh. And there's some spots, as we were walking around and I was listening, you could definitely hear where some spots definitely need a little bit more love. One of the audible distinctions is when you actually hear, it kind of sounds like you're rubbing sand, like that.
Under the
right?
plate,
You could hear from
a lot of, yeah.
You could hear from Reed's mic.
Dirty.
Yeah, it's disgusting. But a lot of that, like I said, you need to take it off because if not, the orbital pad that, as you're buffing the car, could get kicked up and also cause more damage. So let's see the damage, right?
So it's pretty gross. And keep in mind, this was after we washed the car. This was all embedded in the paint. And I do want to say we did hit the windshield as well, which is a common area for stuff to get stuck on there. So, and I've folded this multiple times. You want to do that so you're not just putting that back in the paint, but it's gross. There's a lot of stuff on there that is no longer. So when we seal it up with the ceramic coating, we don't want to seal that onto the paint.
Yeah, so basically this is all the road grime, anything that shouldn't be on the paint, and you can see it. It's clearly night as day difference right there. So next up is gonna be the fun part, I guess, right?
Yep.
Nice rinse and paint correction.
Yeah, and we'll get to making those scratches go away.
There we go. This is like, I guess you could say this is like a wash cast a little bit, right?
Yeah.
I want to ask you, what motivates you in life, right? What really makes you want to do good or better for yourself? And I like to ask people that because if somebody's watching this and they might need the extra layer of motivation, and it's good to hear from multiple different people.
For sure. So I'm a very visual person. That's part of the photographer in me. I've been a photographer 10, 11 years. And I've also have like an automotive background. So I feel like making cars look good really just, it makes me feel better. I'm a car person because I like the engagement with interaction between humans who are essentially fluid and mechanical objects and maximizing performance because of that. So I don't know, there's just something about, especially like this industry, that really inspires me to make cars look good and then also go drive them. Something like being part of the community, as Invasion knows, is very important. So just interacting, making friends, coworkers, everything, that's really something that I look forward to. I'm an extroverted person, so having that community and engaging with people with similar interests is something that definitely motivates me.
We could definitely see the, your personality throughout the cameras and also the videos you make. In a little bit, I'll ask Blair that, so I'm letting him think about the answer.